Hi, my name's Kirk Harver. I'm a new member of the executive committee and a new team chair, and I'm going to be walking you through how to write an interim visit. Now, it's important to note, interim visits are kind of rare. So congratulations, you've won the lottery in a bad way, and you're going to be doing an interim visit. So let's start off with where you should find guidance on this. First of all, if you go to your team chair workbook, it's going to have this particular structure, and what the documents that you want to grab is C200I or the C311, the CAC style guide. Okay, so the Documents and Policy Committee has created a new document, C200I, that's really just focused on interim reports and interim visits to make it easy for you. And then the 311 is the style guide that makes sure you have the right verb agreement. And what the best team chairs do is they create a folder, put a memorable name on it so you don't lose track of it, and then copy within that folder the C200I CAC AMS editing guidelines, C311, which I previously mentioned. I always put the accreditation policy and procedure manual, and I always grab off of the AMS system itself, not in your workbook, the manual statement tool manual, which is really the help file for how to use AMS. And as you're doing this, you want to keenly focus on the C200I guidance, as this is kind of a mix between your draft statement and an interim report. Okay, it's got some components that make it look like a draft statement, some components look like it's an interim report. Again, for an interim visit, this means you're going in after about 2 years, and there's some components of the trip where they really wanted you to go back on site to evaluate, as opposed to doing an interim report, which is much more common. All right, so the institutional summary and the program summary are going to look very, very similar to what you would see in a in a draft statement. Okay, so, and I've got a video, I've got 2 videos actually out there, one covering institutional summary, one covering the program summary, so I refer you to go look at those succinct videos that explain how to fill in those boxes. You then want to copy in the shortcomings from the previous visit. You want to use it from the summary statement, which means it's all the way at the very end of the previous statements, not at the beginning. It's all the way at the very, very end. And then in the progress since last review, this is going to kind of look like an interim report, and you're going to describe in your own words the actions have taken and your evaluation of those actions. Okay, and so that's what you're going to do. And you can see that copying in is that top part in the progress since the last review. A lot of times editor 2s like you to put in this action taken and the evaluation. Action taken being what did the institution do, the evaluation being your evaluation of that action taken. Did they resolve it? Did they not resolve it? What do you think? And then in the status details box, you're going to put something like, it's been resolved, or it remains as you go along. All right, so here's a good example. So here's a institutional summary. Again, we've got a whole video talking about how to do that. Here's a program introduction, whole video talking about how to do that. And you can see the guidance over there on the left. This is going to be, in this case, we've got one program weakness. It's criterion for continuous improvement. Big surprise, as that's the criteria, quoted the most often or found the most often. And we're just going to copy it in from the very end of the previous evaluation final statement. And then when you're looking at the action, the progress since last review, kind of uses framework of a action taken and evaluation. Okay, and this again gives you what have they done in the action taken and what's your evaluation for doing that. And then for the status, you're going to say either it's resolved, not resolved, so on and so forth. Pretty good and straightforward. So again, when you look at your key findings, interim visits are really rare. Congratulations, you won the lottery in the wrong way. And it's going to be a mix between what you would see in a, it's a mix of what you're going to see in a draft statement and in a interim report. Kind of combine the parts that go together. In doing that, you want to go back and look at C200. It's only 3 pages long, or C200I. It's only 3 pages long, but it's going to guide you through how to prepare this particular report. All right, well, very good. That finishes up this very short video looking at how do you write a interim visit. So congratulations. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and for me, the next video is writing a video on the final statement itself.